Well, hey there, thanks for stopping by. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Now, if you've been following along in my bushfire series, the fires were burning a country of extremes, well, this is part 4. This is the final one. Now, this series has been all about me paying my respects, showing that I really appreciate and respect what all the volunteers and the professional frontline service people have done. The things that they have to do to protect us, to protect our property, lives, livestock, especially the volunteers. I mean, they don't just turn up when something happens. They've got to practice it, they've got to train, they've got to be able to handle any kind of catastrophe that could happen. There's no one else. And all these little communities have all got their own little SES headquarters and volunteers, people from all around the countryside. Can you even imagine what it would be like without them? Without all these volunteers? Oh, I wouldn't even want to think about that. And another reason I decided to draw this scene was because I don't want to forget. This could happen any time, and unless the preparation is done that can help prevent these fires from occurring, that it's going to happen again. I mean, the loss to property and wildlife, stock, cattle and sheep, that was massive anyway. But imagine what it would have been like without these fine people helping. I know when the fires got close to our town, if it hadn't been for the firefighters, the volunteers and the helicopter pilots and everyone else that was involved, the outcome could have been so different. So we have to take our hats off to them, and they deserve all the accolades we can give them. You know, I've tried to put as much feeling and emotion into this drawing as a mark of respect to all the men and women who volunteer their services, the true heroes of this country. My name's Robbie Greer, and this is Rusticated Art. Alright, now I've had to do quite a bit of this off camera because it's really quite a detailed drawing, and a lot of it is so repetitive that, well, I just didn't want to bore you with it. I guess, like I said last week, you know, it was a little bit more, not so much complicated, but more complex than I first thought it would be. I mean, but having said that, I always find that's what happens with my drawings, because I just like to, I see something I really like, I think, yeah, I want to draw that. And it's not until I get into it and I go, oh. But that's just the process. That's, you know, I don't mind. I love doing it. But it's just building up layers. Because it can be so daunting, you know, art can be so daunting. I mean, when you look at some of these beautiful drawings and paintings, you think, how did they do it? And it's only by getting involved in it and learning you find out there are ways of getting around things. Everything takes practice. It's the 3 P's. It really is. Patience, practice and perseverance. And if you sort of know where you're going and you work out a bit of a plan, then eventually you're going to get there. You just got to keep going. Just sort of put in a bit of detail now. We've sort of got all the line drawing and the under drawing done. Then now it's just a matter of going over things, because what happens when you're drawing with graphite is every time you blend, you sort of erase bits of the detail that you've already previously done. But it's something, you know, I'm fully aware of at all times, so I know in a lot of cases I'm going to have to go back over things. And to me, that's just the process. That's just how it works. That's how it all comes together. To me, there's just something about a graphite drawing. Yeah, that there. See, there's a little insect. I don't think it was an ant. Or it could have been an ant. It moves around a bit. I think it just wanted to come along and have a look at what I was up to. Is it going to move? Is it going to move? Maybe I was imagining it. Anyway, like I was saying, we've got to get... I'm just trying to get in a bit more detail in here and using all the tools. Graphite drawing. Out there it goes, look. I knew it was I'm pretty sure it was some sort of a midge or something. Well, it could have been an ant. Oh, I don't know. Anyway. But I'm just trying to... The one thing that with graphite drawing is that it's a process of three things, really. I'm talking about the main things, which is laying down graphite, blending it and taking it out, putting it back. It's just a way to slowly build up the actual drawing. I mean, for me, it would be virtually impossible to just sit down and draw something in one layer. And it took me a long time to realise that, because you just wouldn't be able to do it. You couldn't, because it is so many layers. To create the effects that you're after, it's the only way I know that you can do it. I sort of have in my mind when I'm drawing something, especially old buildings and things, and fences and things like that, I sort of try and build it, or draw it, how you would actually build it. If that makes any sense. And that's what sort of goes through my mind as I am drawing it. Another thing I like to do, I really like to study the reference photo. Even though I don't follow the reference photo, because to me it's just a guideline, but I like to study it. Anyway, so here we go, I'm taking more out again. More in. And like I said earlier, a lot of this, well, not a lot of it, but quite a bit I did off camera because it is very repetitive. Really, all I'm trying to do is draw something that resembles the reference photo. In other words, it's not like when I'm doing a generic drawing of something, which is just something in my mind. It's something that actually exists. Of course, having said that, my interpretation is not exactly the interpretation of the photo or the image of that photo, because I don't really see the point. I mean, if you want a photo, then take a photo. I like to think that by using the reference photo, I can put bits in, any sort of a photo. You know, I can put bits in that I want to put in because it's my drawing, and I want to, you know, I want to make it, like for example, putting in the barbed wire and the chain and that. I put that in because I felt the need to put it in. I just felt that it enhanced the actual drawing. But anyway, it's entirely up to yourself, you know. Every artist is different, I guess, and they all have a different approach to things. And I keep saying it, but to me it's all about the journey, and if I'm enjoying it, then I'll keep doing it for as long as I can. I'm talking about art, in that respect of art, you know. You know, I can't sort of stress or emphasize enough just how much art has changed my life. Just being able to pick up a pencil and draw something. Where, you know, I mean, when I used to do my doodling before I got into art, and I used to get so frustrated, and I think, why am I doing this? I can sit here and scribble away, and I can't draw anything. Obviously, I don't look at it that way now, because doodling is a very important part of art. I find, for myself anyway. I mean, you know, I've got to have a pen in my hand. If I'm sitting at the breakfast table or something, or once I finish whatever I'm doing, if there's a pencil handy, I've got to grab it. I've got to start drawing. Not so much a pencil, but my favourite tool to use is a ballpoint pen. And the reason I like it is because I find it so relaxing. Yeah, I guess it's wasting time, but if you get the opportunity, or I mean, it's something anyone can do. I keep saying that too, but anyone can do it. You know, if you can hold a pencil and write your name, you can learn to draw. And now I'm just going over the barbed wire again that I put in earlier on, because like I said before, it gets all softened up and smudged, and you virtually lose track of it, but you can still see the outline. So, and I'm very aware of that. So I always go back in, and you know you're going to have to go back over it again. That's just part of the process. Just put a bit of detail in. I'm using my magnifying glass just to see a bit more detail there. I always get quite tired after a while, so the magnifying glass does help. I've taken a few highlights out, or put a few highlights in, I should say, by taking some graphite out. Just taking some graphite out using my blue tack. Yeah, great art's just a great way of, I don't know, relaxing. There's something underneath that paper, you know. My pencil was starting to sort of dig into the paper. It's such a relaxing thing to do, and I honestly, I do feel so blessed that art found its way into my life somehow. And we're just going to go on and do the chain now. And I've got a video that I released on Wednesday, published on Wednesday on YouTube in my Fun Times Family Art playlist, and it takes you in detail how to draw a simple chain. It's like anything, you put your mind to it. There's a way to do it. There's a way to do anything. I remember when I first started doing the markets, and people would ask me if I could do a portrait, and I would say, oh no, I don't do portraits. And then one day I thought to myself, why not? So I thought, oh, okay. So I taught myself to do portraits, and I actually do love doing portraits. I've done most of me grandchildren and different ones. They go, oh, granddad, they're all like me. Well, who does it look like? Well, I haven't got big lips like that. Oh, well, look at the photo. No, seriously, it's a lot of fun. It's just a great way to spend time. I don't say wasted time, but I'd rather be sitting down drawing. I mean, I do this full time now, but I'd rather be sitting down drawing than watching TV, that's for sure. See, once again, we're just making changes as I go. If I'm not happy with that, just rub it out. Put it back. For some reason that little bit was giving me a bit of a problem. But we got it sorted. Now for some reason in the footage, the chain looks a bit light. In colour, I mean. Although it's quite dark there, maybe. We'll see how it goes. Going in now, I'm just darkening beneath that rail, that burnt rail, just so it will stand out a bit further from the post. It might be something to do with the actual lighting, because graphite gets quite shiny. I'm just wondering whether that's what's happened here, is that some of it's a little bit hard to see. I just noticed when I moved it there, see then that you can just see a little sheen. Well, the chain doesn't look too bad there, neither does that barbed wire. It looks as dark as the actual photo, the actual drawing. Off camera, I mean. Not a lot more left to do now. Just finishing it off. I did make a couple of alterations. Once I'd finished, and I thought I'd finished it, and I sort of saw off camera, and I thought, oh, I'll put those in too. So I'm gonna put that photo a photo of it at the end as well, just so you can see what it actually does look like now that it's finished. Like that, for example. I think I'll actually go over that using my magnifying glass again. I need to lighten that up a bit too, so I'm going to take some of that out again as well. Well, we decided to leave it about there. That's pretty much it, I think. Well, thanks for watching to the end, and I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoy making these videos and sharing them with you. And I really felt that this one had to be done in the respect of all the volunteers, the men and women of the SES, especially them. I know there's other people involved as well. Really wanted to dedicate this as a mark of respect to the volunteers. Now, I'm not sure what next week's video is going to be. I do have something in the pipeline though. I can't reveal it just yet. Now, if you haven't watched from the start, I'll leave a link up here and you can watch the whole series. They're not very long and I think you'll find you're going to enjoy them. And don't forget to check out my Fun Times Family Art playlist, where you can sit down and draw with the whole family. Draw along with me. Alright then. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.